Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the official SkyTemple podcast, hosted by me, Smengel. I believe this is episode 5? There we go, got there in the end. Is it episode 5? Yes, it's episode 5. Today's episode we'll be talking to Mew and also Dovey, the creators of, two of the 5 creators of Espurr's Desire. I was unable to get all of them, unfortunately, but and that does result in this being somewhat of a short interview in comparison. But I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. I haven't got anything else to say, so let's get right into it. So, I am joined by Dovey and Mew, the creators of Espurr's Desire. Say hello, you two.
Hi.
Hello.
Right, so I'd like to start off with a sort of general question. How do you think it went? Are you very proud of how what you did for this hack jam? Were you excited to release it?
Oh, I'm really excited. This is my first ever hack jam. So, I don't have much to compare with, and I haven't really made any other hacks for SkyTemple. Yeah.
So this was your
Mew?
first... Sorry, Mew, go on.
It is for me. It's also good since I think this is my first project. I have worked in a team. Like me and Murphy has been working very hard on making the cutscenes polished.
Nice, cool. Okay, cool. So for Dovey, it was the first time releasing a hack, and for Mew, it was the first time working in a team. Then must have been very interesting for the both of you.
Yeah.
It was.
Nice. So in that case, Dovey, how long have you used SkyTemple for then? How long has it been since you first opened the program?
Well, I remember first hearing about it a little over a year ago, and I cracked it open not long after that, just to mess around.
Cool. So have you made you've been sort of playing around with it rather than making something which you could release then?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I mean that's perfectly fine. I mean you went into this hack jam not completely blind then.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. How about you, Mew? How long have you been using SkyTemple for?
I'd say since Mr. Mario 2, since before. I think I found out about SkyTemple when I was finished playing the rescue team, the one on the GBA.
Cool.
And I was looking around the SkyTemple discussions, and I saw Mr. Mario 2, and I wanted to make my own cutscene, which brought me to here to make my very own games, such as hacks such as Espurr's Desire, which is very great.
Excellent, cool. So that's very good stuff. Right, so into the hack itself then, Espurr's Desire. My first question is, how far into the 3 weeks of hack jam were you before you knew exactly what you were going to create?
It was a few days, if I remember correctly. We all had some ideas, and there were so many of us. We have 3 teammates, and we were later joined by a 4th. We all had some ideas, and we were sort of debating over which one to do. But then Murphy and Phillips Young, they had an idea, and we all voted on it, and Espurr's Desire won.
Nice, cool. Oh, so there was a vote then. Goodness. How many hacks were there in this vote that you could vote for? How many ideas, I should say?
I think 3. I think Dovey's, mine. I think, and then it was Phillips.
Cool.
And
sorry, go on.
Oh, Pharrell had an idea too.
So there were 4 different hacks in the vote then.
Yep.
Goodness, do you think those hacks will ever be made sort of separately, or do you think I don't know, maybe there was 1 or 2 that sort of fell in the dust actually?
I think it depends on for the next hack jam. We might like reuse it for when the new topic is revealed. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. So they're sort of in storage, as it were, for the next hack jam. See what the theme is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Excellent. Cool. Cool. So, this idea in particular, where did the inspiration for this idea in particular come from?
Well, Murphy and Phillips Young were the ones who came up with the concept, but I did like the actual dialogue.
I see. I see.
So I'm not sure. You'd have to ask them, and I really wish they were here with us. Uh,
Okay, I see. I
but
see.
when I was
Don't worry. Cool. That's absolutely fine. Cool. So yeah. So the idea basically is that Espurr, has this regret, and someone offers or questions them about whether or not they'd like to go and change that decision. Who is that person outside the cafe? Do we obviously it's never actually stated who they are in the game. Do you guys know who that is, or is it sort of intentionally left just as a blank slate?
Oh, we know, all right. We
Oh, you guys know.
know.
Is it going to be
Uh-huh.
revealed at some time in the future?
Yes.
Oh,
When the
yes.
full version is released.
Nice. Are they going to have? I mean, I suppose they've already had a very big impact on the plot. Are they going to be the antagonist, or is it going to be a bit more complicated than that?
Well, they're certainly very mysterious, especially right now, and I think that their role in the plot and in Esper's story is complex as well. But we can't wait for you to meet them.
I can't wait either. I'm really looking forward to it. Yes, they are. They are very mysterious. Um, are they the one who created this sort of? Is it an alternate reality, or is it like time travel in a way? What would you guys define what's going on as, or will we find that out in the future?
Hmm. Well, I would say that it's a little mix of both. I think I wrote something down in my notes for the script. Let me pull that up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think I have it in my notes as an alternate timeline.
Okay. So it's a sort of separate universe then, in a way.
Yeah.
Does that mean that the original timeline is still continuing, or is it sort of on hold for a while?
I think it's more like the two timelines are like both playing on different TVs, to put it like metaphorically.
Okay.
The first one is on pause because Esper is like watching a different TV,
Okay.
and like yeah, but
Okay.
like when yeah.
That's a cool way of putting it. I like it a lot. Nice. So how far will this hack go? How much more content have you got planned for these universes then?
Well, there are two more dungeons. Uh and I would say that we're pretty close to the climax of the story, but due to time constraints, we didn't quite reach it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Cool. Okay. That's two more dungeons though. That's not that's nothing to sneeze at though. You've got a lot to do. I like that.
Mhm.
So what did the two of you do? What were your roles in the group as you were working on this hack?
What I would do is the dungeon balancing, and the cutscenes between it. And I'm also doing the overworld Well, Murphy does the bulk of the scenes, the cutscenes.
Okay.
And I wrote the dialogue. I also made Espurr. I also was the one who figured out Espurr's moveset. You'll notice that she has the facade and endure in her repertoire,
Yeah.
which was sort of a reference to what she was going through at the time.
Ah, okay.
And I wrote all the dialogue
Cool.
between the
Cool. Excellent.
characters.
Nice. Um, in the rest of this hack as it comes out, will we ever find out why the guild broke down? Because it's mentioned pretty early, that in the original timeline at least, that the guild broke down, that Meowstick was leading. Well, do we ever find out why that happened, or is it just sort of a slow? Is it like a slow sort of decline?
I think that it was a slow decline. I don't think that's going to be the main focus at any point,
Okay.
except it definitely wasn't Esper's fault. I think that if I had the chance, I would put in some stray dialogue implying it was a slow decline, but it's not the main focus.
Okay. So it's just sort of it's just sort of implied that this. I don't really know what I'm saying here. It's just sort of implied that it declines slowly due to a lot of different reasons. It's not one singular factor that Espurr could have avoided had they been there. Cool. Right. Well, you were writing the cutscenes then. Dovey. Which was your favorite cutscene to write? Which was the one you enjoyed the most?
Well, I oh, at after the boss fight with Sudowoodo, when he's like, "Wah, this trick is only funny when I do it." That one that made me chuckle inside when I wrote it, and
Yeah.
the scene where the penultimate scene that's also that you haven't seen yet. I also really like how that one turned out, and I hope you like it when you see it.
Oh, I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. Will we ever see Sudowoodo and his cronies again? Because they were great.
Sadly, we will not. There's no plans.
Okay. Good stuff. So Mew, you worked on the dungeons, is that right?
Yeah.
What was the hardest part of making the dungeons for this hack?
Definitely balancing, since it's the first dungeon. I expect probably new people's probably not be knowing how to play solo dungeons. So I made it like the first part of the dungeons is easy, but when you get later, you have more chances of Monster House, which turns the dungeon into hard, which new people may not have a chance to experience Monster Dungeons, so they can get through it. While players who are more Mystery Dungeon fans can experience the harder difficulty. Well, the new players, have
Right.
an
So it
easier
was
time.
yeah. So it was hard to find that balance between being newbie friendly, but also being a challenge for veteran players as well.
Yeah, since it's the only dungeon that's in the demo, you gotta make it appealable to both sides.
I see. Right. Cool. Excellent. Well, we mentioned that the next hack jam, you've got some ideas in the bank for. Are you excited to for when that next hack jam comes out, or are you sort of not focusing on it right now?
Well, I'm personally very excited, but I have a lot on my plate right now, both Skemple related and non-Skemple related.
Right.
So I'm probably not going to think about that for a while.
That's very fair. And how about you, Mew?
Like it depends when it is, but I'm certain that that we will get more into the next hack jam than what we have right now, since we have experience before, we'll be able to fit more content into the next hack jam. Plus, we have another demo for something
Nice.
new.
Cool. Excellent. Nice. If you had more time for this hack jam, if you had say 6 weeks instead of 3 weeks, what would you and pretend as well you were working with just the exact same amount of determination as you were for this one? What would you have done differently? Do you think it would have come out very differently than it did, or would you have just sort of tightened up the elements you already had?
Well, I do remember that we weren't initially going to just release it as a demo, but as the deadline came up, it was decided that we needed to wrap it up because we couldn't quite make it to the end.
Right.
So, yeah.
So if you'd had more time, you would have been able to get to the end of to the end of it. You think?
Yep.
Yeah, I say we
Nice.
probably get into like the third dungeon minimum. You know what I mean?
Cool. Have you already programmed a second dungeon?
No, yeah, we're still working on the cutscenes. The cutscenes between and before the dungeon.
Cool.
So we're taking quite a while.
Okay. Excellent. Right. Lovely. Well, I think we're getting towards the end of this interview. This has been loads of fun, though. Just one last question. Why will Espurr's Desire win Hack Jam 5?
Because it has a big heart, and we have 6 people on our team, and we all have something unique to offer, and we all put in our best, and like I said, I think our hack has a heart, and I think that heart will shine clear. And like I said, we all worked super hard and we all gave it our all, and I think that everyone's work shines super clearly. Mew, Firel, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Burpee, Quinn the Fox, Phillips Young. Am I forgetting anyone? We had so many teammates. Anyway, I just want to thank everyone in our team, even though they can't all be with us right now. And yeah, that's why I really think, I hope that we have a good chance of winning some stuff. What about you, Mew?
I think our Espurr's Desire will win because I think probably the story will get people in and they will find it much more relatable with like things that they regret that they wish to change. And they might find that it will go in a totally different path than they are enjoying right now. And that will be really like some people experience right now, like like brothers and sisters who manipulate them. You know what I mean? So it might have like a more real effect to them that gives like Espurr's Desire such a push to be a good winner for this hack jam.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with you. I think this is a hack with a lot of heart, as you said, Dovey, and as you said, Mew. I think a lot of people will find it relatable, and I think that's a real strength of the story. I think that it's so sort of intimate and personable. So I think a lot of people will relate to it. I think you did a really good job on making that work. But yeah, I think that's a very confident sort of analysis of your own hack on why it'll do well, and I think you should be proud of that. But yeah, this was a really fun interview. Do you guys have any closing statements before we leave it off?
Well, we're definitely you can definitely expect to see the conclusion of Espurr's Desire soon. And so don't worry. We're really excited to get it to you.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to it myself, and I'm assuming that'll come out. Can you put a date on a finger on any sort of date? You don't have to stick to it, obviously, but how long do you think it'll be?
I don't know exactly.
Of course, of course.
Probably after hackjam concludes, so we can all take a little rest and then push to the finish. But nothing set in stone, like you said.
Of course. Do you agree with that, Mew? Do you think it'll be after hackjam? But
Yeah, I think definitely have time, so we have a bit of rest, and then I think we'll probably I think I'll probably release like a month two after the hack jam ends to get everything polished and the dungeons balanced and and fun enough for everyone of every skill level.
Cool. Okay, so excellent. I'm looking forward to it. Then shouldn't be too long. Love that. Yes, and I do. I think you're making a very good choice by having a little break after hack jam. I think everyone needs a break after hack jam. It's been a doozy. But yeah, this was really fun. Thank you for doing this interview with me, you two. And I'll talk to you some other time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Goodbye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Excellent. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I'm really looking forward to the full release of this game. As I think someone mentioned, this is only a demo of the full version. There will be a full hack being released by them sometime soon, which I'm very, very excited for. The next interview will be with Tainted and Baroness Farron for their game Seal of Ancients for the hack jam, which I'm super, super excited for you guys to listen to. It was a great interview. So I'll see you guys in that episode. Have a wonderful evening, and goodbye.